Sixth Earth Realm. It will be a hard pill to swallow, but a necessary one to truly appreciate God's kingdom. We live in a dome-shaped realm with a round, flat, level plane. What is badly described as flat Earth? You heard me right. We do not live in a pagan, heliocentric, globe model universe. Space is fake and does not exist. We live in God's creation, a self-sustaining biosphere. At night we live in a planetarium. Planets are wandering stars that follow a different trajectory than our normal stars. Space was always science fiction. It is a trillion-dollar money laundering scheme. Space industry was invented to deceive and distract you from the real truth. As is written in Genesis, God first created the earth on the second day, the moon and the sun on the fourth day. God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. The moon and sun are similar in size. The sun is obviously hot, and the moon's light is cool. He divided the waters above and the waters below with the firmament. Our best guess is a type of hardened, yet elastic crystal, also referred to as sky ice. Hopefully indestructible, as NASA has tried to destroy it during Operation Fishbowl in 1964. The scars left in the sky is called the Milky Way. The stars are above the firmament in water. They are celestial luminaries that pulsate each with their own frequency and color light. Look through a high-res camera or binoculars. Telescopes tend to refract the light. Look out for the Venus star, shining brightly, also known as the Star of Bethlehem, and telling you that the end is near. Notice the Bible refers to the star as son of dawn and morning star, not a planet. In some countries it is currently both morning and evening star. Would love to prove flat Earth to you, but I am not a scientist and will leave it to the real experts that are not working for the elite. There are great flat Earth maps, models, and explanations on how it works. Currently, if we ignore NASA composite Photoshop photos that they have admitted to, currently we have zero proof of globe Earth, and around 70% of a flat Earth. I do not have access to high tech, but we have footage of rockets that hit the firmament. One of Elon Musk's rockets can also be seen to deflect off the firmament. You can see the wake, as there is water above the firmament. There has been breakthrough work by Eric Dubay. 200 Proofs Earth is not a spinning ball, and Eeyore's amazing 8-hour documentary. What on earth happened? The proof is quickly improving, and the God's creation movement is growing exponentially. Personally, I can see it with my own two eyes. Every morning and evening, I look up and can clearly see the luminaries are local. The sun is not 152 million kilometers away. I would say more like 7,000 to 10,000 kilometers away. Fun NASA false facts. The sun is 400 times larger than the moon. The sun is 400 times further away than the moon. Force of gravity on Earth is 666 newtons. Earth orbits the sun at 66,600 miles per hour. Speed of sound is 666 knots per second. Arctic and Antarctic circles are at 66.6 degrees. I see a pattern. Convenient, isn't it? The devil and his minions hide God's creation from us. Makes us believe we are just an accident from the Big Bang. They make us believe we are always in danger of asteroids, black holes, and who can forget the aliens? Just so happens that Charles Darwin was also a Freemason, trying to discredit God's creation. Gravity does not exist. Only density and buoyancy. It must be why they called it a gravity theory. Remember the apple on the head? Just love their Eve jokes. Maybe we just name a computer company after an apple and make our slogan, "Take a bite." The devil is laughing at us. We should never feel stupid. Only about 5% of the world has woken up. Years of schooling and constant indoctrination created a false reality that we must escape from. Do you remember the Universal Studios logo? Well, thank the Vatican for starting a movie studio to put spells on you. I know you are not sold on the idea yet. Took me a while, and I tried to debunk it at first. I welcome you challenging Flat Earth and would love to see real proof of a globe that has not been manipulated by NASA or the cabal. I am so confident that with my little knowledge on the subject, I will debate any NASA employee, Elon Musk or Neil deGrasse Tyson on live TV. They won't, and they can't. The real reason they can't fake a moon landing is because a Nikon camera can zoom in on the moon and see their deception. They are screwed. Quick IQ test. They want us to believe the ISS and satellites move around at 17,000 miles an hour, being pulled by gravity, yet gravity does not exist on the ISS. Apparently, G-force has no impact on astronauts either, even in Earth's atmosphere. Yet when you fly in a fighter jet at Mach 5 around 3,900 miles an hour, you will pass out due to low blood pressure. It is impossible to fly at Mach 10, 7,600 miles per hour, as you will certainly die, yet in a rocket, astronauts fly at Mach 25, 18,500 miles per hour. Secondly, we all know that gases needs a container, but our Earth's atmosphere does not get sucked into the vacuum in space due to gravity holding it in place. But wait! Does the ocean tides not change due to gravity from the moon? So the moon can affect water but not air. Earth's gravity is so strong it can hold air and gases in our atmosphere but can't keep a hot air balloon from rising? People wake up. They are lying to us. Start asking questions. Gravity is made up and can't be used to explain everything that does not make sense. Lastly, apparently rockets fly at a curved path around the Earth, instead of going straight up, because if they don't reach 17,800 miles per hour, gravity will pull them back down to the ground. I just feel sorry for birds at this point. No people. They are lying again. The rockets land in the sea. Have you heard of the Bermuda Triangle? That just happens to start on the Florida coastline? Well, that is where rockets go to die. The astronauts have an escape hatch under the launch platform. The rubber room. NASA even told us so. Don't let them underestimate your intelligence. We are waking up to their deception. Ready for the next rabbit hole? Wonder what they are hiding at the Antarctic Circle. A year after NASA was formed, the Antarctic Treaty was signed in Washington on the 1st of December 1959. The treaty limits movement and access. In fact, tours to Antarctic only goes to Deception Island. Can't make this stuff up. Not going to spoil your fun, so we'll mention that extraterrestrials are on the other side of the wall. Just ask Hitler or US General Byrd during his exploration for Project High Jump. To summarize, our Earth is surrounded by an ice wall, and the whole circle is south by default, as the magnetic north is in the middle of Earth, at the North Pole, and determines our navigation. Watch a few videos on the topic and all will become clear. It actually makes much more sense than a potato-shaped spinning ball hurtling through space around the sun. The current tilt of the Earth's axis is 23.4 degrees, and there are 90 degrees of latitude between the equator and the poles. So 90 degrees minus 23.4 degrees equals 66.6 degrees. That number again. Water needs a container, and per usual God did provide. Proverbs 8 verse 29. When he set a boundary for the sea so that the water would not violate his command, when he marked out the foundations of the earth. North Pole has a large magnetic mountain, sometimes referred to as Mount Zion or Paramount. Name given by cartographers is Rupees Nigra Black Rock, which just also happens to be largest investment firm in the world. This area is also regarded as the original Eden, as it used to have 4 rivers spreading out to the 4 corners. This was pre-flood, before water levels rose. Above the North Pole we have Polaris, the star that never moves. It is like living in Game of Thrones, except the good guys don't have any dragons. Luckily, we have the Almighty on our side. So why hide this from us? You are special, God created you and loves you. Imagine if you knew that above Polaris and the firmament lies heaven. The northern light shines in the sky, and that is why some call it the Emerald City. You must only look up. God is not somewhere in a distant galaxy. He is looking down through his looking glass on us, and uses the stars, sun, and moon as his calendar and clock. The devil was hiding God in plain sight. God gave us the rainbow, and on a clear day you can see the rainbow reflecting off the firmament. His celestial lights are local and keeps you healthy, provides life on earth. All God wants is for you to see him through his creation, love him and serve him. They stole that privilege from us. What else are they hiding? In the beginning there were giant trees that almost went up to heaven. The angels came down to earth and cut them down so that the giants, Nephilim, would drown in the flood. They still exist today as giant tree stumps, but they are petrified wood. Not all trees were the same species, but today we call this petrified wood by names like limestone, marble, or quartz. The trees were not carbon-based, but rather silica-based, which bound better with oxygen and needed less water. Crystalline silica is a common mineral found in the Earth's crust. Materials like sand or stone, not strange if you think that heated up silica produces crystals. I believe that the Sphinx, Petra and Angkor Wat, was carved out of these tree stumps, and beneath it you will find tunnels and caverns made by its roots. This would explain many temples around the world. They were carpenters. Earth looked more like Pangaea in these times, with much less water. Even Adam and Eve could have been silica-based and could live 1,000 years or longer. We inherited a scorched earth, which resulted in high levels of carbon. We are carbon-based life forms. As God put it, our vile bodies. On a personal note, I did not want to share this, as it is very special to me. When I was a child, I believed stars were angels. Like most people, our educational system and programming put a veil over my eyes. Today, when I look up at the stars, I can see they are angels again, not the picture image, but rather their life force. They are watching over us and waiting for the day to come and save us. You can talk to them. They love it dearly. Look up passages in Bible about stars. Revelation 6 verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Isaiah 40 verse 26. Lift up your eyes on high, and see who has created these stars, the one who leads forth their host by number. He calls them all by name. Because of the greatness of his might and the strength of his power, not one of them is missing. You can start to relax. All that is left is the who, the why, and where are they hiding?